Welcome to Tech Brothers with Amir. Today we are going to learn how to create a report with parameters by report builder from scratch. We have created a report by using wizard and query designer in a report builder. So I would like to recommend that part. Go ahead and watch that report. Also, I have created more than 20 reports in SSDT SQL Server data tools. I recommend watching those videos. There are complex scenarios I have discussed and created videos on that. But here you will be learning how to create the report with parameters in the report builder from scratch. First, go to your search and find the report builder software. So let's say report builder. You can always pin it. You right click here and then pin it to the taskbar. That will help in a way because you are working all the time on this program. Now there is another way to open the report builder. Once you are connected to the report server by using report manager, you can go to the report builder tab here and it will open for you. Right now if you see here, it is called SQL 2016. So I'm having one of the instance called the reporting services in SQL Server 2016. The other one I have is the SQL Server 2014. So then what I did, I opened the both report builders, one in 2014 and you can see right here. Once you will open the report builder in SQL Server 2014, you will see this round button at the corner. You can click this one and hit new and it will open this new report or data set and you will be starting with the blank report. So that's what you will see on the first screen. If you are in a SQL Server 2016, you do not have that round button at the corner. You have file tab here. So once you click on the file tab, then you have new option. So you click a new, the same new report or data set window open and you select a blank report. So that's the only difference we have. Rest of the things will be same. Now, if you take a look here, it is connected to the calculator name is coming in this one. Okay, so it is connecting to the report server SQL 2016. So that's where it is connected. If I go to SQL Server 2014 report builder, so I will see this one, a report server SQL 2014. So this is a other reporting server instance I have. So I have two instances running on my machine right now. So you can connect to any by using any report builder. So let's go ahead and create the report. First of all, I would like to create the report for this table. So this table is existing in the sales database. So it is in SQL 2014, that's the instance name, and then we have sales database, and then finally we have this table called total sale. To create this report from report builder, I need to have a data source that's pointing to this database. So first of all, I would like to go to the report manager and take a look. So I'm going to go to the SQL Server 2014 reporting instance and then here I will go to the data sources and I have sales data source that's pointing to my server, that's correct, and then it's pointing to the sales database. So initial catalog is the one fancy name for database. So that's fine. I can use this data source in report builder and create the report. So that's great. If you don't have this data source, you can go ahead and create one. I have a video how to create a data source in report manager. Watch that if you don't know. Now let's go to the report builder. You can use any. I'm going to use the SQL Server 2014, but no difference. You go to data sources, right click, add data source, and here we will be providing name. We are going to call this one DS sales. And then it is going to use the existing connection manager, a connection that's a data source in our case. So if you have two options here, use a shared connection or report model. Report models are not really available after SQL Server 2012. So I don't really see using them here, but we will be using a shared connection. So that's the data source we have already created on the report server. Use a connection embedded in my report. You can use that as well, but then you have to create here and that will be embedded in your report. I would like to use existing one from the report server. You can go ahead and browse, and once you browse it, you can select from the folders wherever your data source is. In my case, it is under the data sources folder and called sales. So I'm going to cancel. It is already there in the recent items, and I can use that. Hit OK. Next, we will be preparing our query. So I can right click here and add data set. And there are multiple ways to prepare your query. So I can call this one dset sales, and this is going to be embedded in my report, as it will be specific for this report. If there is a data set I have deployed to the report server and I would like to use it, I can make use of that one from here and browse to that data set and select from there. But I do not have any data set that's shared and deployed to the report server, so I have to create new one. It's going to be embedded in my report. Data source, yes, and here I have to provide store procedure or a query. So in my case, I'm going to go ahead and write a query with the parameter and provide right here. I recommend going to the SSMS SQL Server Management Studio and then write your query. So here, let's say we have this table. Let me select all the columns. Right click, and then we have select top 1000. Let's remove the top 1001 and ID. We are not concerned about the ID at all. And let's assume we are going to use a lot of columns from here. And I'm going to remove the sales database from here because my data source is pointing to the sales database. So I don't have to have a database name in the query. And now I would like to see the parameter for region. Let's say we will say where region is equal to @region name. So when we are putting is equal to, that means that it is single value parameter. So we can take that one for now. And if we would like, we can go ahead and let's say we can do and country. So we are saying country in, and we can say @country name. So we have put two parameters here. Right now we are using region as single value and countries as multi values. So there are certain things we could have make them cascading parameter, and then depending on the region we could have get the country names, but right now I am not concerned about that. I just want to show you how to use or create the parameter. I have done all these different types of reports by using SSDT. You can take a look and there is no different from the report builder. So queries and everything is there, so you can take a look. Paste here. Now it is creating two parameters, one region name and other country name. One is single value, another is a multi value. So let's go ahead and hit OK. Now data set is created. Right click here and insert and get the table. In my case, I would like to create a tabular report. It's going to be very simple report. So get some first name, last name, product name, and then we would like to get a region and a country. Now let's go ahead and make some space so we can see first name, last name. Let's expand this one a little bit. Click here and make it bold, and give some background color. So from here you can select the color, and this is it. Now we are done, and we can go ahead and run our report. It is taken some time to run the report. And now we have region name and country name. So let's say if I will put region Asia, and then here I can put India. So in this case, it will show me all the records belong to Asia and country name in India. Right now it is if I will even go ahead and put Pakistan, this is not going to work. It's not going to bring Pakistan records because I did not tell the parameter type is the multi value. So that's why it's not accepting it. So let's go back to design and now play with the parameters. So we have parameter region name. Let's double click on this one, and we can see that it is single value. We haven't clicked on multi value, so it is single value anyways. And we don't have any available values. We don't have any default values. So I would like to put that. Let's go back for first country and then come back. So we country name, and here we are going to tell it is multi value parameter. So this is it for now. Run the report, and now we should see that. So let's say if I will put Asia and and then I have to go to country, and here I can type India, Pakistan, and now I can go ahead and run my report. And you can see that I see all the where region is Asia and country is Pakistan. That's how I will see. But this is not great. I would like to have drop down for region, and I would like to have a drop down for the country name as well. So let's go back to the design, and now what we are going to do here, we are going to create another data set, and I'm going to create this data set for the region. So let's call this one dset region parameter, and this is going to be embedded in a report, and we would like to select distinct region from DBO total sale, and hit OK. Now it has given us region. We can go to region back, double click on the parameter, and then say available values coming from the query. So we select the data set, and label is also region, and values also region. So we have the same column for label, add for value. So now run the report again, and now you can select Asia or anything, and then you have to select or actually type the country names. So this part is not coming right. Let's go ahead and fix that as well. We would like to have drop down for country name. So I'm going to go ahead and I might create the cascading parameter. So let's go ahead and create the cascading parameter. So depending upon the region, we should get the countries. So let's say dset country underscore parameter, and here you will be going to use as embedded, and DS sales, and we will say select distinct country from DBO total sale where region is equal to @ region name. So this is going to be exact this region MC. We are trying to get the countries, but we are passing this parameter. So you see my mouse here, so this should be exact same name what we have here. So we are going to use that parameter value here and get only distinct countries related to that region. So now we are all good. Hit OK, go back to country name, sorry, and then go to available values and get the values from the query. Select the country parameter data set, same values and same label, we don't have different. Hit OK. Now we should run, and our cascading parameter report is ready. So if I select Asia now, I should see the countries belong to Asia. So in this case we have India and Pakistan. Let's go ahead and preview the report. So the report is created. If I go back to Europe, and then it should refresh for Europe. So now we have France and Germany, and we can see the records for them. And finally we have North America, and if I will click here, I have only one country, USA. So I can preview the data for that. This is great. So it is working fine. We created a single value parameter, we created multi-value parameter, we created cascading parameter in this report. The other I would recommend again one more time, watch the other videos that I have created for SSDT SQL Server data tools by using store procedures, multi-value with the default values, and all different type of parameters. I have done experiments and showed you guys how you will create those reports. So this part, whatever the logics we are building, this is no different. Even you are in SSDT or you are in the report builder. So let's go ahead and deploy this report now. We have let's put the title first, sale report by region, and that's all we need. Here we have two options. We can save or we can close, and while we will close, it will ask us, do you want to save this report? So I'm going to cancel this for now, and I don't want to say yes from here. It will exit the report builder. So let's say I would like to be in the report builder and just save my report. So I'm going to cancel this out. And now I would like to save, and here we have different folders. So let me go to the 2014 report server and say in the SSRS training, that's where I would like to save this report. I'm going to call this one a report builder parameter and hit save. If you notice that it is going to take some time, and that's not because it's a big report. it is actually, there is some trouble with my computer, that's why it is taken some time. So it will take maybe another 5 or 10 seconds, and it will deploy or publish this report to the report server SQL 2014 in my case. Now this report I saved in one server. Let's say if I would like to save the same report to another server, how I would do that. So let's let it save from here one time, and then we are going to take a look if we disconnect and then connect to another server and deploy the same report. If you remember, in the starting I have shown you the sales data source. So if I will deploy this report to other server, that there should be a sales data source, and that should point to this somewhere where we have sales database, maybe another database name, it's fine, but as long as it has that table. So now in the report manager, let's go to the SSRS training folder, and here let me go to the modified date, and now let's report builder parameter. We see the report is there, so let it open, and we can select Asia, and then it will show us other parameter values. We can select all and see our report. So I have deployed the report to the SQL Server Reporting Services 2014. Now I will do the same thing for 2016, and I have to connect. So I have deployed the report to one server. I'm going to deploy to the second server. So I'm going to disconnect from here, connect back. Disconnect when I connect can current server. If I will connect from here, it automatically connect to the same server. So let me go back and save. Let's say if we hit save, so still not it's same into same server, so that's kind of weird. If I will go to this button and say save as, I might get to the new server. So I get to recent sites and servers, and then here I would like to connect to the SQL Server 2016, and I would like to put in the reports folder. So same name. Let's say hit save. If we hit save now, let's see if it is same in this report there. So it looks like it's working, and I'm not sure if it will disconnect here. So it is saying the report definition was saved, but no one more error. They were setting report properties. Okay, fine. Let me go back to the reports here in 2016. I like experiments. I know you guys will say like he wasted a lot of time on here and there, but there are different scenarios that come in your mind every time you work with these reports. Okay, if I would deploy to multiple folders or multiple servers, what happened? Now if I run this report now, and this is a SQL Server 2016, it is saying the report server cannot process the report or shared dataset. The shared dataset DS sales for the report server shared data not valid. This is okay. So let's go back to the reports. I'm gonna fix this one. So let's go to the prop manager, and once we are in the manage, we can take a look on the data sources and see if it is pointing to the sales data source. So here it's not pointing to, while it was connected and all that, it saved the report but did not connect or used the sales data source. So we can go manually and browse it, and then here we have data sources, and I have one data source called sales that's pointing to the, if you see here, that's let me apply that one. Now apply is done. Let me go back to the data sources in 2016, and I can show you this data source is pointing to the SQL 2016. So it's different server but same database on the other server. I have sales database on multiple servers on 2014 and 2016. So let me show you that. What I'm trying to show you, this is how you will be working in QA, UAT, and prod. You will have multiple servers. They will have different server names that will be managed by the data sources that you have deployed on the report servers, and from report builder you will be able to publish those reports and make changes. So as you can see that I have SQL Server 2014 and 2016, and I have sales database right here. I have the table as well, so total sale table is there as well. Now let me go back to the report manager, fix the report. So it is done. We applied it. Come back to home, come back to reports. Let's run the report now, and here we see region name Asia, and then we see India and Pakistan, and this is running on SQL Server 2016. Okay, so it is an query execution failed with the DS sales invalid column name status flag. So on the see, that's good for debugging. Why? Because you are on different environments. You might have some columns, they are in production, they are not in dev, or you have more columns in dev, they are not in production. So if you remember here in this report, let's go back to the report, and if you notice that we never use the status flag here in anywhere. So that's one thing. Maybe in dev it is available, but it is not available in production. So I'm going to go back to the data set. Sorry. And I'm going to remove this status flag because I know it is not in production, or it is not available on other server where I need to deploy. So it's in continue without updating the fields. It's okay. Yes. Now I will save this report. So let's say if I'm right now it is connected to 2016. I'm gonna go ahead and save. Come back. Okay, fine. I can figure out that part, because it's still like in the data source is giving me problem, because data source is still pointing to the old reporting server. I can browse to the new one, so it would not give me error anymore. Data source 2016 one, use this report server. Okay, now I select this one, hit OK, and from here I should not have any problem now. Save. Now it's saved successfully because I was connected to the report server 2016, but in the data source it was still using that old one. So it has both of them right now, but we are using 2016 for now. And if I'm deploying to the 2014, I can select this one and change or disconnect from here and connect to 2014 report server. So that will work. Now as we have saved the report to the 2016 server, refresh, and now we should be fine because we have removed the column that's not available in this server. And now our report is coming correct. We can change some values, maybe Europe, and take a look. I recommend running your reports for all of different parameters and experiment it before you will hand over to the business users so they can take a look. So this is how you will be creating a report in the report builder by using having parameters, and we create a single value, multi-value. We deploy the report to multiple servers from the report builder without exiting a report builder. So thanks very much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next video.